Hello, and welcome to the League of Extraordinary Atheists for Humanism, where we attempt to apply logic and reason to religion and politics. I'm your host, Mac, or Gray Skeptic, and I'm not here with my wonderful, beautiful co-host, Christy Santiago, but I do have by my trusty side, Nacho Witness. Christy's taking a week off to spend time with family, and Nacha and I are gonna pretend like we can handle it without her. So that's what we got. So thank you all for coming. I see Sergio and Brantley already down in the chat. And and alias fake name. Welcome everyone. Main topic tonight, and pretty much the only topic, because I'm gonna go on a rant, is the Medicare for All push that's happening right now, which I think is super duper awesome. But I want to go ahead and kind of try to break it all down for everyone. So in case you watch this show and also live under a rock, Jimmy Dore more or less came up with the idea of the squad withholding their vote for Nancy Pelosi being Speaker of the House, unless she promises in writing, on video, whatever they need to do to hold her to it. Having a floor vote on Medicare for All. Now, this idea has been fought furiously online, and it's really interesting. It's gotten so much attention that Jimmy Dore was the #1 thing trending on Twitter just the other day. He's gotten attention all across the independent news platforms, like The Hill has had him on, and so Crystal Ball has backed this idea. I think Nina Turner has backed this idea. Brianna Joy Gray, who was a big part of Bernie Sanders' campaign, is getting a lot of support. And the person who's not getting a lot of support right now is AOC. She's getting the brunt of this, you could almost say, attack. All of the pressure is falling on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez because of two main reasons. One being she is like the face of the progressive movement right now, like it or not. She's more out there, she is more vocal, and she really is more the face of Medicare for All and the $15 minimum wage, just all the real big progressive ideas that we have right now. She's the face of. And also, because she's the one responding, she's the one saying that that's not a good idea. We can't do this. They're like, no one's thinking of the consequences of, if we withhold our vote from Nancy Pelosi, we could potentially get someone worse than Nancy Pelosi. Maybe referring to, if we don't give Nancy Pelosi the 218 votes that she needs to become Speaker of the House, then the Republicans may put someone up and then they'll be Speaker of the House. But that's nonsense, because anyone who's going to be Speaker of the House is going to need that 218 votes. So just because Nancy Pelosi doesn't get them, that doesn't mean that someone else is going to get 218 votes, because there's not enough votes to do that. The big number is 4 right now. If I remember right. We need 4 progressives, 4 Democrats, 2 Republicans and 2 Democrats, to say, we're not voting for Nancy Pelosi. And I take that back. It needs to be 4 Democratic votes, because if all of the Republicans voted against her, they would need all of the Democrats -3 to make this pass. Again, if my math is right, I know I'm close at least. So you can correct me on that if I'm wrong. Please do. So the big number is 4. If she has 4 people from the Democratic side not vote for her, she doesn't get speaker. What would this do? Well, this would just not make her Speaker of the House. Again, this is just plain hardball. There's a really, really easy way to make this whole thing go away. And it's listen to the proposal of Jimmy Dore. Just be like, hey, just give us that floor vote on Medicare for all, and you have our backing. It's not that hard. We have power right now because they have a simple majority, which means a slight majority in the House. And if we withhold the vote of the Progressive Caucus, or just the squad, then we can make demands. This is how power should be used in politics. This is a no-brainer, right? You ask for something if someone is telling you to just vote for them, right? This kind of goes back to what you and I just dealt with, right? All of my American watchers. We had to vote for someone, right? Did you vote for Donald Trump, or did you vote for Joe Biden, or did you vote for someone else? Because you want that person who wants your vote to give you something, right? Nancy Pelosi wants the votes of the people in Congress who represent our views. Okay, if you want our vote, what are you going to give us, right? Why are we voting for you to be the mama bear of this side of politics? Are you going to give us a Medicare for all like floor vote? Or is it just because you're a really good negotiator? It's a no-brainer. So let me lay this out a little more, trying to give you all the angles here. And hello, Theo, and hello, Navardia. Very good to see you both. This is very full. I appreciate this. Why would we put up Medicare for all if we're not sure it's going to pass? Well, for one thing, most bills don't pass on the first try. That's nonsense. That's not how things go through the House. We need to try. Medicare for all, I will remind you, has never made it to the floor for a vote. When it gets to the floor in the House of Representatives for a vote, those votes are counted with those people's names on those votes. For your representative or those representatives, their names are next to their vote, meaning anyone who said that they back Medicare for all should vote for it. And if they don't, then we know they're not really a proponent of Medicare for all. That means we need to primary said congressman to get someone in there who actually will vote for Medicare for all when we can do it again, right? We need to make this a thing. We need to make this viable. It can't be a viable, movement even if it never gets to the floor for a vote. How long do we have to wait? AOC herself said that we don't need to wait for 100 years. We could have Medicare for all now. 80 to 90%, 87% currently of the US population, polls show that 87% of the population want Medicare for all. This should be easy. This is an argument to use to say Nancy Pelosi needs how many votes? And we only had to withhold how many votes? And 87% of the nation want said thing we're asking for? That sounds really simple. Like, yeah, ask for it, demand it, because I mean, we can, right? We can demand it, right? Okay, then let's do that. Like, just trying to step back and simplify it. It really is a no-brainer. And following through with that, there's another side to this. Jimmy Dore is robust. He's very colorful with his language. Excuse me, I need a tissue. I may also have to take my hat off because I'm roasting in the sweater and this hat, and this rant. But Jimmy Dore is very flavorful. How many adjectives can I use before I get to the point? He uses insults in a very aggressive way. He's thrown a lot of language at AOC and Bernie Sanders, and I get it. Because he's angry. This idea is a simple one. It should not, as Jimmy Dore says, it should not have come from Jimmy Dore. Congressman understands that the Progressive Caucus can do this. They understand that, and they're not doing it. They understand how power works. It doesn't take a jack-off comedian who smokes pot every morning or a grocery store clerk to tell people in power how to use their power. This is ridiculous. This is why we wanted specifically, not just people like AOC, but specifically Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in fucking Congress. Because she made the point that this is a no-brainer. This is easy. This is something we all want. This doesn't have to wait for 100 years. She said 100. This doesn't have to wait for 10 more years. This doesn't have to wait for 5 more years. This can happen now. Why can it happen now? I really want to point out that it can happen now because Jimmy Dore, and I'm giving him a lot of credit here because he deserves it, Jimmy Dore is pushing it. It is getting a lot of backing. It has rolled to it. This came from a dude standing up on a mountaintop throwing pebbles, and it caused an avalanche. When an avalanche is coming your way, you don't run into it, you run with it, right? When you have a movement like Medicare for All, that just got some like nitrous, like to help the movement, you go with it. We have a push. We can get a floor vote. There are positives to this. We've never had a floor vote on Medicare for all. If it dies in the Senate, so be it. So be it. You don't make progress without getting progress. You get it further than it's ever been. This is a no fucking brainer. It really is. You go with it because the movement is moving. And if you are the face of the fucking movement, you go with it. You go with it. This is so stupid. AOC has responded on Twitter, just kind of pushing back at it. Like, she's thought about this and it's just not the right way to go. And I don't know if she just thinks that playing nice with Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and other establishment Democrats is going to get it done. But it's not. It's not, because it hasn't. This idea has been being pushed for about a decade. And Bernie Sanders 4 years ago championed it. And it's in the public eye now. If we get it in the House for a floor vote, it'll be even more in the public sphere. And people will talk about it more, and we'll get more support because people understand what it is. And that's what we want as advocates of Medicare for all. People who protest in the street for Medicare for all. I forget her name. I wish Christy was here now. Medea Benjamin. She backs this from Code Pink. She is a very active activist. Someone who puts in legwork. She wants this brought to the floor for a floor vote. She wants AOC to withhold her vote, along with 3 or 4, 5, 10, 14 other people of the progressive movement in Congress to withhold their vote and just demand it. Because that's how you use power. That's why we put these progressives in Congress, why we donated money to them, why we sang praise with their name. And we said, listen to these people, to our family on Facebook, because we want them to do this for us, because they said they would. Don't listen to Nancy Pelosi, because that's the opposite of what we asked you to do. That's actually, we told you don't do that. And you voted her in to be the Speaker of the House 2 years ago. Don't fucking do it again. Don't do it again. Or if you're going to, at least tell her to fucking do something, because you can't. Right? AOC just got blocked from a committee assignment just in the last day or so that she really wanted to help with environmental issues. I don't remember the committee, and it doesn't matter. She was blocked from it. They had a private vote, and they made sure she didn't get her committee seat. Those are important in Congress. Part of that is because they understand that she will primary Democrats. Keep it up. You're making enemies out of people who are the enemy, who don't represent us. Don't forget who your friends are, the ones backing you and pushing you to do the right thing. Not the shits in Congress who keep you from doing the right thing. AOC won't hear my voice, right? I'm telling you guys because I am convinced of this argument. And I really think this is a no-brainer. And we need every single person to push these congressmen and women into the correct position of not voting for Nancy Pelosi to be Speaker of the House without demands. Medicare for all is just one thing that we could ask for. We could ask for more. We can fucking push it. We really could. But just like Bernie Sanders, pushing for a $1,200 stimulus. And the stimulus package, which was going to have no stimulus checks, he vouched for crumbs. Right now, it looks like we're going to get $600 per person. I don't know if that means also $300 for each child in the stimulus package as direct payments. AOC called when we passed the CARES Act, which she voted for. She called that $1,200 crumbs, and it is crumbs. Canadians get $2,000 a month each, and I mean that a month. A month. We got crumbs. Bernie Sanders and Ben Holly, they begged for crumbs together, and they got half of those crumbs. And they shouldn't vote for the stimulus bill either. They should have asked for $2,000 to maybe get 12, and then do it again the next month. It's still crumbs. This $600 is like $100 a month for everyone who's been waiting since fucking March. This is despicable. Congress, people have the view of Congress that it is the most useless body of government in this country. And that's because it is. The House and the Senate are fucking useless. Even when they get us something, it's crumbs. It's insulting. The things that they pass with good things is bullshit. The Democrats very well may lose the House and Senate if they even get the Senate after Georgia here in 2 years, because people are going to see what we've been saying. Democrats don't give us anything. Part of the reason they don't give us anything is because the people who are fighting for us aren't fighting hard enough. The progressives, they're good. I like their ideas. I'm glad they're in there. I want you to do more. You have to do more. We have to hold their feet to the fire, because they're the only ones who care that their feet are burning. They're the only ones who fucking care. Why are we barking at the people who need primaried? Why are we barking at Nancy Pelosi? Fuck her. Fuck that bitch. She's a crazy, rich asshole who doesn't give a shit about anyone who can't give her more than like $10,000 a year. She doesn't give a shit. Fuck her. Don't waste your fucking breath. She can't fire AOC, right? She can't do anything to her. AOC was voted in by us, her constituents. Nancy Pelosi can't do shit to her except listen to her rant at her. Rant at her. Hold her feet to the fire. That's why you're there, to do what we want you to do. I don't know how many ways I have to say it. I know I don't have to tell everyone who's watching now as much as I am. Share this video to your friends and family. Sorry for the obscene language. It's aggravating. This is why Jimmy Dore says, stop being nice. Stop being fucking nice to these people, because it doesn't work, right? That's why he doesn't care about calling people bad names, right? Because if they're not listening to you when you're being nice, why be nice? There's a really easy way to fix that, though. Listen while we're being nice. Listen while we're being nice. Nancy Pelosi, listen to the Progressive Caucus while they're being nice, because they don't have to be. They really don't have to. You don't need to be Speaker of the House. You don't need to be the most powerful woman in the world. We can take that from you. We gave it to you. They gave it to you. And we're telling them to stop it. So do what we fucking say or step the fuck down is pretty much what it comes to. And the only one who can really enact that is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, because she is the one in the spotlight. She is the one who is paying attention and not listening. She needs to shift gears. She said the other day on an interview with, I don't remember who, doesn't matter, that Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer do need to go. Make it happen. Your name holds a lot of weight, and your voice is something we all listen to, and we need you to use more. I know the AOC is getting bummed out and fed up from just the 2 years that she's been in there screaming and not being able to get much. You can't stop. That's why you're there. We need someone to scream at these people for us. We really do. And then anytime you can take the baton just a little bit further, you need to take it there. It doesn't mean we won. It means it's further along the track. And that's what we need. We need Medicare for all. And we're not going to get there if we don't get the baton further. We have to get it further. Getting it in the House, on the floor, for a vote, puts names to who is backing it. Anyone who is not backing it, if you put, as Kyle Kalinske says, because it's not my idea. That's why I bring up these fine people, because they're not my ideas. I'm just praising them. I'm not taking credit. If you put in an ad in the next 18 months before we vote again, Nancy Pelosi voted down Medicare for all, voted down healthcare during a pandemic when people were losing healthcare that was tied to their employer. That looks so goddamn shitty. And there's nothing you can say to refute it. And you know what? We've seen what Nancy Pelosi does when she's asked a hard question. She brushes it off and just tries to work around it. She won't answer it. She won't answer it because it's indefensible. Half the shit she does, 3/4 of it even. She's a right winger. She doesn't need to be in the Democratic Party. Get her the fuck out. We don't need her. That mama bear will eat her own cubs. We don't need her. We need a list. We need a floor vote. Best case scenario, it passes. Worst case scenario, we know who we need to get the fuck out, so it will pass. And hello, Christy. Welcome to the conversation. You missed my rant. Not all of it, but yeah, the main point is this would work. What we need is a floor vote. A floor vote is not asking for a lot. It's just not. I do prefer less language and name calling. But again, why be nice if they don't listen to you when you're nice? I get both sides of it, right? We want the messaging to be tolerable to everyone. But we want the messaging to be loud and clear. I will caveat, Jimmy Dore, again, says that AOC is fucking useless. Like, why is she in there? She just wants to be a career politician. And she wants to get along with these people that we sent her in there to fight. Prove me wrong. Prove me fucking wrong. I would love to eat my words here in the next month or two. I would love to eat my words. Prove me wrong. You are fucking useless. Prove me wrong. I don't think that's very mean. I think that's very called for. We put the squad, we put every progressive candidate in Congress. And I say we because it's not just their direct constituents who like vote for them. We prop up their campaign. Every one of us who share the videos when they're running, every one of us who donate to their campaign from other states, every one of us who has another conversation with someone at a fucking grocery store, propping up their ideas that they vouched for and saying their name with it. And then those people listen more and share their videos and tell someone that they're not that bad, actually. This makes fucking sense. We put energy into this. Those of us who aren't even in the streets, like Medea Benjamin, who wants this. You have to listen to us. You have to. And if we have to say it in a meaner fucking way, then you got to get the fuck over it. And prove us wrong. We'll apologize. Simple as that. It's not that hard, right? Basic human interactions. Sometimes people get pissed and you have to deal with it. People get extra pissed if you continue not to listen, which is your job. Again, most of this is aimed at AOC. But it's just because she's paying attention, right? Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Presley, Ro Khanna, all of them, all of the progressives. Every single one of them needs to withhold their vote, not just that four, not just the squad, not just 5, 10 of them, all 14 that we can really say are like capital P progressives. Cori Bush, I don't know if they get to vote. That I think they do once they join in, but we'll have at least 14 people who are progressives, and maybe more. Just withhold your vote. Like Medicare for all. I'll say this one more time. Pushing a vote for Medicare for all is easy. This is a no-brainer. You should ask for more. Again, Bernie Sanders should have pushed for at least $2,000 for the stimulus check. Because when you negotiate, you meet, your number goes down, right? We should push for Medicare for all. We should vote for paper ballots, right? We should vote for ranked choice voting. Like we should say, get this on the floor, ranked choice voting, right? We saw they just passed, what was the budget? Military budget. It just got passed. I forget what it was. I want to say it was either 742 billion or 942 billion. Either way, way too fucking high. Don't need it that high. Drop that down. Like ask the leader not to pass something that high. We don't need to keep ramping it up. Where's that money going to come from for Medicare for all? Cut the military budget. You have the votes to ask for the shit. Ask for it. Or at least ask for it. I repeat myself. At least ask for it. Settle on Medicare for all and ranked choice voting. Ask for 3, 4, 5 things. They'll talk you down. Let them talk you down. Don't let them talk you down from Medicare for all. That's stupid. That's very stupid. That's not how you negotiate. You are a career politician right now. That is your career. All of the progressive congressmen and women, that is your career. Negotiate. Start higher. Stop begging for crumbs. At least start asking for a slice of fucking bread. And then maybe we'll get to keep the crust. That said, I'm going to move on. All right. If you guys don't already know, the community Christmas marathon stream starts at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and here in the U.S. On Christmas Eve on Purple Rhymes with Orange is a channel. Purple Rhymes with Orange's channel. And that continues all through Christmas Day. Those involved include Stable Stool, Natcha, Hoops Watch, Lavender Lady, Jen's Little Corner, Dallas Wade, and more. Links for the full marathon calendar are in the description below, along with a link for the marathon, along with the link for marathon start. It starts on Purple's channel, so make sure you go there. But there's a link of the calendar down below. So check that out, please. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And if you have already done that, you rock. Thank you so much. Share this video and tell your friends to subscribe so we can get a little closer to that 1,000 benchmark that we are not quite there yet, but we're halfway through the 700, so that's freaking awesome. Thank you all. So you guys know, Merry Christmas. Christy and I will not be here next week. We are going to spend time with our families because Christmas is on Friday, and by the time we get there, I mean, I know Naj's Christmas is going to be over, but he deserves a Saturday off every now and then anyways. So enjoy your holiday weekend with your family, please. And thank you all for watching. Stay humanist for God's sake.